Monday is not a fun day, and Tuesday another blues day. Wednesday's getting better, Thursday doesn't matter, and Friday is the last day. And then it's W-E-E-K-E-N-D, it's weekend. W-E-E-K-E-N-D, it's weekend. W-E-E-K-E-N-D, it's weekend. W-E-E-K-E-N-D, it's weekend.
Everybody, welcome back. Oh God, let me fix this. If you're watching me with your peepholes, you can catch everybody over the Jams live here on the Club with Lucas. Welcome everyone. It's been a couple of weeks and we've got a lot to get to. It's a bit of a kind of balmy day out there. I don't know, something like that. Oh God, let me put that on silent, please. How is everyone doing today? We've been away because something has come home to play. In fact, family is moving into town and coming into town for the holidays, so I hope everybody's getting ready for that stuff. Now, if you're not getting ready for that stuff, well, you should check out our second hour today. But in our first hour today, we are really pleased and blessed to be welcome, and I hope I get this name right, because I don't want to mess up my queen's name, but Nadzion is in town with us today. In fact, she is not only fresh off a competition show that we're going to talk about, in which she was actually one of the finalists out of scores and scores and scores of people here in Europe, but on top of that, she's also prepping to release a new EP right after the new year, and she's going to be joining us live today to give us a little bit of Blue Mesa live sessions as well, and some live music love, as well as talking to us about what's going on from whence she hails. In fact, our sister comes to us from Ukraine. She's been here for 2 years now, and a whole lot of stuff is about to pop off on there. As usual, we'll be bringing you the news that you can use, but we're going to be doing it in snippet forms because Lucas had a little bit of a scare before he came here. And so we're going to make it short today so we can get to Lady Anna in just a little bit. But of course, you can also follow me as well, as we want you to, my loves, at the Club with Lucas on Instagram and the Club W Lucas on TwitX or whatever. I truly heard this week that instead of tweets now, they're being called excretions. I believe in Spanish you would say excreciones because it's now called X, so we'll call it TwitX because whatever. But you can follow me there too, my loves. You can also catch us at rce.cat, 106.9 FM to catch the jams everywhere in our beautiful state of Catalonia. And as well, follow us at YouTube, and you can watch us with those peepholes at RCE 106.9 FM. Okay, my loves, we're going to do a little bit of music right now, and then we're going to get to a little bit of news that you can use in English, because that's how we zoom over here. And then we're going to get to our sister Anna, because I'm really looking forward to this. We've been planning this for a few weeks now, and it's finally popping off. Now, let's talk about this quick jam, because it really is just a quick jam that we'll get to. But the Jesus and Mary chain started back in the 80s. If anybody knows what industrial and after that, alternative music, but industrial alternative music was, well, then you are a friend of mine, my love. And the Jesus and Mary chain have just released a new track. We have not heard from these boys in forever. Or these guys, we'll call them, in forever. And I am proud to offer here, because I doubt very few men and people are playing this in our beautiful state of Catalonia, but this is their new single called Jam Cod, and this is the Jesus and Mary chain, only on the Club with Lucas, RCE 106.9 FM, and we'll be right back.
what you got. There must be an answer to the question I don't know. It's too close to midnight and there has to be no show. Breaking up and then falling down and my heart beats much too slow. Best notify the other brother, there's no place to go. Tears are what you want, tears are what you got. Vegetable, mineral, animal, I don't know what you want, what you need. I've become recently deceased. I recently deceased. I recently deceased. I recently deceased. I had some blues. I cocaine and disease. J-A-M-C-O-D. J-A-M-C-O-D.
Yes, only here at the Club with Lucas and RCE 106.9 FM. Are you going to hear industrial kings like the Jesus and Mary chain? Now, children of the corn, we've got some things to talk about. Before we do anything, of course, I really want to give some sad news, but some mad love to a beautiful actress from the hometown. And our lady Itziar Castro has died at the very young age of 46 years old. In fact, they were filming some scenes, or she was preparing for some scenes that they were filming, I believe, in Lloret de Mar. And she died in the pool, if I'm not mistaken. If the reports are accurate, I met her on several occasions. Once at Sitges Film Festival, and twice here at parties. And she was a beam of light, and that light has gone out at the age of 46 years old. So I just want to give mad love and shout to her family and our condolences as well to that, because this was a very unexpected situation that happened. And so, with that said, this is why respecting and loving those who give us our art at all time is very important. One of the things that was going on this week, because there's a lot of preparations for, nominations for this and all that stuff is starting to happen now. It's the end of the year. And there was some people talking about recently how there was a strike that happened for almost 6 months in the United States, which stopped the entire cinema, streaming, and television industry for a majority of the population anyway. And now artists' rights are coming into the foray. And one of the things that was really talked about this week in one of the red carpet deals, but it was actually a System of Truth, and then Cynthia Nixon, who's an actress from And Just Like That and Sex and the City, came out to say the reason why we do a lot of the things, artists of any kind, whether they're musicians and whatnot, we do what we do for peanuts or free whatever, is because we are artists. We have to create. That is how we get this out. And so when these lights are dimmed out, I just think it's important to make sure that we respect and honor the artists and the legacies that they have and the legends, while they're still here with us, because sometimes we forget that. Now, really quickly over to a little bit of news in English. It is really, really not a joke that in a way, Spain is doing okay in reference to other parts of the European Union and other parts of the world. Economically, socially, there seems to be a lot in upheaval. And over the week, the two left parties of our country, the two main ones, well, left parties, whatever you want to call them, they separated in a mad barrage of drama. So there is no more Podemos and Sumar like a pact. That's not going to happen anymore. I think it's important to not take light of the fact that Podemos did a lot in reference to social care for women and trans people and the LGBTQ community. And so to see this happen on that side of the aisle is kind of annoying. But at the same time, last weekend, Pedro Sanchez, we were not here, was one of the first, if not the first European Union leader to call for a complete ceasefire to what's happening in Gaza at the moment. Over the night, there was a terrible vote that went through and has just disgraced, again, the United States of America. And so in reference to what's happening here, there seems to be a non-meeting of the aisle and what's happening between the Palestinians, of course, and the Israeli forces. The other thing is Donald Trump. Can we talk about him for a moment? Donald Trump has been denied every motion that he's tried. Basically, what is happening is we have to remember that this man, who used to be the president of the United States of America, is being indicted for 91 counts. 91 counts, okay, of indictments against him in criminal and civil fraud charges. This man is going to be found guilty of criminal fraud somewhere between March and April, I'm going to say. And the sentencing, according to the Georgia statutes and the DA, which is District Attorney in English, of Georgia, she has said, I want jail time. I'm not taking it light on him. And she said that yesterday. And so it looks like it's very possible that the ex-president of the United States of America will be going to jail. What's interesting, really quickly, if you'll give me this platform one moment, is that there's nowhere in the Constitution where someone who's in jail cannot still be the president of the United States and still run the country from a prison cell. This is insane, but that's democracy! Because, when the Constitution was written by a bunch of slave-owning white men, they didn't really think so far into the future that there were guidelines that were set up, but that nobody would be taking this so seriously. 3 days ago, that man, we'll call him that man, he did an interview for some station. And he said that he would not be a dictator except on day one if he came back into the White House. And I think it's really interesting when we notice what's happening. For example, we looked at last week's elections in the Netherlands, where the extreme far right have taken back power. And we think of those situations that infringe upon things like art, things about protection, things about like women or the LGBT community or immigrants. And there seems to be a lot in the balance in regards to what's going to happen in the future. So I would just like to say something really quickly before we go on to the interview later to the new young voters and the people who are coming up, especially my 16 to 20-year-olds. Inform yourselves, please. A non-informed voter or member of society, it can also be a very dangerous one. All right, that's enough for me. I'm going to tuck it to a little bit of music, and then we're going to get back to Lady Anna Nadzion. Is that correct?
Nadzion.
Nadzion. Yes. Thank you. I do notice that the word Zion is in your name. I love it. I just have to say, I find that very interesting. We're marching there. Empress of. If anybody knows this artist, we've been playing her for a couple of years now. In fact, she's released several EPs. She's got some new music out. And before we get to some fresh music here on the Blue Mesa Live Sessions, Empress of, I did not know that she spoke Spanish or that she actually has that blood in her. And she has just released the first non-binary pop song that I've heard of in this manner that actually takes back a lot of the house music roots and Vogue music roots, and I'm all about it. This is called Feminine. This is Empress of. We'll be back in 3 minutes with Lady Anna Nadzion.
Quiero un hombre femenine, un latine que baila pa' mí y solo pa' mí. Me cocine, me desfile, me lleve al cine, lo quiero pa' mí y solo pa' mí. No te necesito a ti, ni tú a mí, tú y yo somos iguales. Para de pedigree, give me a treat, te haces perder lo baila pa' mí y solo pa' mí. Me cocine, me desfile, me lleve al cine. Lo quiero pa' mí y solo pa' mí. Na 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 na. Anda, súmete ya, yo encima pongo mi mano en tu cuello. Dices que eres un freak, muéstrame si hoy quiero ser tu vaquero. Free, me, estoy loca en este party. Dream, scream, sabes que yo soy tu daddy. Quiero un hombre femenine, un latine que baila pa' mí y solo pa' mí. Me cocine, me desfile, me lleve al cine. Lo quiero pa' mí y solo pa' mí. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Free me, estoy loca en este party. Dream, scream, sabes que yo soy tu daddy. Free me, estoy loca en este party. Dream, scream, sabes que yo soy tu daddy. Daddy, 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 na 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 na.
It's fun. Feminine, that was Empress of. But right now, familia, we are being joined live in the club studio of RCE with Lady Anna Nadzion. So give it up for anybody who wants to clap, 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 clap. Lady Anna Nadzion, thank you so much for being here.
Hi,
You're here. And what's funny is that she's rocking her glasses on her head.
Why not? I mean,
I love it.
there's always time for sun, you know?
No, exactly. Because I had this fashionista here, and she was doing the same thing. She said, "Oh, I know what I'm doing." I love it. But your look changes all the time.
Why? I mean, I'm the same.
Yeah, but if you look at, like, for example, the promo that we were using the past couple of days.
I am.
Oh, my nerves.
Yes.
In fact, you're serving up a lot of that 90s industrial alternative look in that look. And then here,
Yeah.
it's like,
Just
we're waiting
regular.
for you. No, we're kind of waiting for you to walk down a runway. Okay, let's keep it real. Now, you've been here for a while now.
In
How long?
Barcelona?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, 1 year. Exactly 1 year ago,
it's 2
I
years for
came.
some reason.
No. 1 year ago, I came here. Mm.
All right. Tell me, how do you feel with the flow? How do you feel with the flow?
The Barcelona flow. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Do
It's,
you? Okay, is it? Okay,
Yes.
brilliant.
I love it because it's full of, people who are very similar to me, and this place is full of everything. It's
Mm-hmm.
full of freedom. The people here are from all over the world, and it's really, it feels like that, like freedom.
Now, coming from where you come from, we're just going to touch a little bit onto that
Yeah,
because you're
sure.
coming from a large city as well.
Yeah.
So, for those of us outside, I always look at Kyiv like a place, like a bastion, especially for specific types of music. I mean, hello. And so I would feel that there would be a lot of that type of artist and craft and bohemian fare as well in Kyiv, no? And from where you come from.
I would say that in Kiev, there is a lot of place for alternative music and, indie alternative, especially right now. Our musicians are experimenting with so much things. Hi. So it's full of everything. And now it's becoming even more bigger. I mean, the variations of different genres and, more musicians. Every single day we see another musician, another artist, and they are incredible. So Kyiv, Slava Ukraini.
There you go. Are there any artists that you really dig from Ukraine that we should be checking out by any chance?
Especially now, yes, Ciferblad. I would say yes. I would love to promote those guys. I will. I will send you. I can send
Would you please?
Yes, I will send you. Of course.
Okay.
It's their music is very. I mean, it's in Ukrainian, but you can translate their lyrics are very deep. What I love in their music, that their lyrics are very deep. And there's this rapper Otoy. Now he's starting this whole new stage of rap music in Ukraine. It's very alternative and very rap. So yeah, it's
And
just
so that
another
means
time.
he's getting into some deeper lyrics as well.
Exactly. It's super deep and it's very
People
like
forget that, folks.
yes, the lyrics of him is very deep and like if when you're listening to that, you are in his universe. You really feel that there is something deeper than just hi, I'm a good rapper, I'm doing funny things, having fun. No, it's about pain. Like
Well,
first things.
if I may, that is a perfect jump off to your music because you feel your music. And so I'm wondering, or I'm putting some things together, if that's more of a post-democratic Ukrainian energy, that you put that energy into it. I mean, we can look at English music too. There's a lot of soul that goes into, even though we look at them and we don't think they're going to have much soul, as some British people, and then you're like, what the hell? So there's a lot of soul in your music as well, and you're going to perform some of that too later, including a Christmas song, folks.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that, Robert, but let's talk about you, because
Okay.
that energy is also into your music. So what inspires that, especially the lyrics, I would say?
Well, my music, the singer-songwriter thing, always been to me something like a therapy. I've never been to the therapy. I've never seen the therapist. Yes, it's something that I missed, but I really wanted to try, of course. But it's just I didn't have the opportunity. It wasn't very popular back in Ukraine and in my childhood. I don't know, for some reason.
Tampoco aquí, eh? Neither here. It's like, they're in therapy.
Yeah.
It's different now, a little bit.
Yes, and I like that. But always music was this opportunity for me to analyze my thoughts, to analyze myself, to get some, answers. And sometimes I write a song and it helps me. Like 1 year after, I'm listening to my song and it helps me. It's like me talking to myself. So it always been like that. But now it's becoming something else because when I'm writing a song, so here's the thing. I usually think about like songwriter thing. When I
In
write
which
it,
way?
yes. Usually we're thinking about like building a song, but when I write a song, I'm more like looking for the words, not like building something, but it feels like there is already the answer. I mean, 1 hour later, but I'm just looking, I'm trying to feel it, I'm trying to find it. So it's more about that for me. So it's like me talking to myself if there's no time.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
May I ask, do you write songs like poetry?
Yeah, I mean, I have rhymes and everything, but first of all, I write the melody. I have the melody, I play chords, and melodies first. It's the priority for me, always been, always will, I think. And when I write a song, I sing with some lyrics that I made up. It sounds like English. For example, car at the star, getting motor right, pretty local restaurant again, right, really red. So it's like a lot of raw sound. So it sounds like English. I've been doing that since I was a kid. And sometimes I have these like little words, like mountains. I see the signs in those melodies, and I know. For example, I wrote a song, da 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 anymore, da 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 da. Let it go, let it go, let it go. I just knew that there will be those words, and the only thing I had to do find another words, before them and after them. So it's something like that, but melodies first.
Okay, as you sing the little ditties right now, I hear a lot of jazz up in there. A
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
So where's that coming from? And then I want to play a little song as well.
Of course.
But where's that coming from? I heard that.
Yeah. So when I was like 12 years old, here's the thing. I'm from the city, Ternopil is on the west part of Ukraine.
Okay.
And when I was 7 years old, we moved to Kiev. And I was looking for some classes, vocal classes, for a long time. And I was 12 years old. I knocked into the very first music school I found, very first door I found, and it appeared this like woman. She was like, "I actually teach jazz. what do you know about jazz? I didn't know anything about jazz. I was like, it's complicated. It's difficult to listen to. I don't like it at all. Improvisation, what do you mean? I mean, I was 12. But she was like, okay, got it. She heard me singing and she was like, you have something in your voice. Let's try. That's how I got to know Ella Fitzgerald, Ray Charles, Louis Armstrong, and all like Etta James. That's how I actually learned how to improvise. And these musicians and a lot of other musicians, they inspired me to learn how to do that. And actually, I really use that, even though I don't sing jazz and I don't like. Okay, the Christmas song we're gonna play today
has its tinges. Still.
Has it, but
totally.
usually my music is not about jazz. It's more about like alternative indie something. But yes, I use all the time my voice. I use in the jazz way, and I love it because it's such freedom, when you can do that.
But then with that freedom, you can melodicize, or if that's even a word, into any other genre of music.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. Okay, well, let's do some of your music now. In fact, what prepped, because I believe the next song the first one that I planned that's not going to be live was If We're Gonna Die.
It's actually the song I was talking about. Anymore, let it go, let it go, let it go.
I am.
I just had everything I had about that song, only the first line, and if we're gonna die, and that's it. And that line actually lived with me for 6 months. And 6 months I was trying to find another words, another lyrics to this song. And after that I came to Kyiv, and on my way back from Kyiv to Barcelona after the two weeks being there in Kyiv, and it was like a little bit sad time. Yeah. I was like, okay, I get it. I got it. I have the song. I have the lyrics. It took like 1 hour on the train to write the whole lyrics after. So here's it.
And this is it, folks. Another RC exclusive here on The Club with Lucas and Lady Anna Nadzion. If We're Gonna Die, and we'll be right back in 4 minutes.
If we're gonna die, should I say to anyone goodbye? And what I have to wear? Listen to me, I'm so scared about these little questions. And if you go away, well, I'll be falling in love one day with someone else's heart. And if there's war knocked out the door, oh wait, I've seen it day before. We don't know a thing to be so sure anymore. Make some laugh and let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Drop of regrets rolling down. Nothing will be like right now. I am freezing, but I am free. Do they care about my choice, or just because they want me to? Head is full of noise, like I'm close to stopping. Just looking at options. So we were gonna die. Should I say to anyone goodbye, or should I ask for leave? Wink at you took on your sleeve, but pretend it's so relief. We don't know a thing to be so sure.
was a quick fade out. I didn't mean for that to happen. Rock on. Okay, that end at the very end. Do you remember a band? I don't know if anybody remembers the band. Or have you heard of a band called... it just brain fart. I want to say This Mortal Coil, but it's not This Mortal Coil. It's Cocteau Twins. The Cocteau Twins. Okay, we're going to share.
Okay.
Because we have something to share. Because there was an ethereal sound there, almost like, beach music. Okay, there's something that there at the very end. Again, Beach House, I think it's called. Alternative. What is some of the inspiration behind the alternative? Because you mentioned that just 10 minutes ago. So there are artists behind some of the alternative sounds that you put in there.
Well, I don't actually do this on purpose. I think because I was listening to a lot of amazing alternative musicians when I was like teenager. I think that's why my ears got used to it, and my ears actually can write music in that way because they just know this, way to write music. Here's the thing. When I was like 11 years old or 10, I was listening to Christina Aguilera because she was like amazing singer. I was trying to, I was like, I didn't know how to do that. And I was learning how to. And I actually did. And after that, I had this stage when I started writing music and I was listening to Muse. I was listening to Radiohead. And after that, I was listening to Amy Winehouse. She inspired me so much.
Oh, really?
Yes, she inspired me so much because of her sensitivity, because of the way she was performing. Every single time I saw her performing, I literally could see her soul, like her eyes were telling everything. And I was actually I was crying for like 1 week or something when she, passed away. And it was a very hard time for me. I was 13 or something. So, but if we're talking about alternative musicians, Radiohead, I would say Tom York is, the way he writes his music and what inspired me. That a lot of people were telling me, Anna, you can't write music that you want to. You have to write if you want to be popular, if you want to be famous or something. You have to write music that, pop, like everyone's going to like it. And I was like, but hey, if we're going to talk about Tom York, okay, he's not writing such thing, but he's popular and he has his audience. And that's what I want to be. And I'm not like, I want to write music that he writes. I want to express the sound from my soul. I want to show you how I hear this world, So if he can do that, why I can't?
So then that would be, because the next question on the list was, what's the philosophy behind what you write and what you do? And it's then it's, I guess, expressing the whatever you want through your creativity. Would it only just be through music, or would you think of other avenues in the future out of curiosity?
Art, just art, because when I do music, I also think about visuals. I also create the ideas for music videos. And when I write a song, I have this synesthesia thing. So do you know when you hear music and you see colors in your head?
Oh my God, I do know it. One of my favorite people in this world.
Okay, so when I write music, I see the color, I see the shape, I feel the temperature of that song, and I know, okay, so I have this lyrics, I have this music, and visuals will be like that, and the pictures will be like that, and the idea will be that. And if, for example, I'm struggling with the idea, and for example, I scheduled the shooting next week, and I'm gonna be thinking about this every single night. I won't sleep, maybe I won't eat, but I will think about that, and I will have this idea. I will give the birth to this baby. But, well, I don't have so much opportunities now to create every single idea I have in my head. I can fly, I can't, do that in my videos, but I will one day.
Oh, you can with the right trip, girl. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but I think my biggest dream is to be able to do whatever I want. In the creative way.
Amen.
To just, if I want to do that, I'm gonna do that. I want to shoot shoot movies, like small movies or something. I want to show my vision because I have a lot of visuals. I just
like Malin Farmer and the old Michael Jackson videos that were 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Those were many movies that were often saying something. Yeah. Do you know the music of Malin Farmer? She's the French Madonna.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
Okay.
I would love to.
I can see it for you, girl. I also see you on a runway, but that's another story.
I would love to, yeah. I would love to do something.
Yeah?
Okay. Some musicals maybe, because when I was a kid, I was 3 years old, and actually that's how I opened stage to myself. I went to this class, but we had this class in a very big stage in that city, Ternopil, that I mentioned before. It was very big. Big stars came there and they, performed there. And yeah, I was able to use that stage to myself, 3 years old kid, and I had such big roles, plays, and I was just playing, playing something there,
Totally get it.
and I loved it. And that's how, yeah, I think I would love to do some musicals or whatever.
Well, then I have okay. So we're gonna talk.
Oh,
I have a lot of contacts for that,
Okay.
especially for stuff that's coming up in 2024. Now there will be auditioning process and things like that of that nature, but hell yeah, we can make that happen. Now here's the other thing. As we do ever so often, every few weeks, we have some live, beautiful music here in our Blue Mesa live sessions. A little bit of pink and purple back there too, because purple rain, y'all. But Nadzion has come accompanied by two other queens up here, and one of them is going to be playing some guitar for us. And so I want to give a mad shout out to Sasha for this, and thank you so much. And also to my lady Esther, Queen Esther. Queen Esther. She might be floating in the corner, y'all. But I want to give a mad shout out as well to Kabe for making this happen. And Nadzion, thank you so much for being here, because we also need to give a shout out because you're fresh off the back, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, of becoming a finalist for a music competition that you whittled down to the very end. Now, you didn't win it, but you got to the very end.
Yeah.
So cheers for that as well. What was
Thank
that?
you very
Which one was that one again, please?
It was in San Marino. It's a European, it's their music fest.
Exactly.
Yes, and yeah, somehow
Sorry. It's hitting me now.
I became one of the finalists, and it was such a big deal for me. Okay, hi.
Okay.
I'm always.
It was such a
watching
big
that.
deal for you, but at the same time, then you have to keep that momentum going at some point. You
Of
said you have an
course.
EP that's coming out in just a little bit after the holiday season.
Yes.
Okay.
We're
Are
gonna talk
any of the
about
songs that we're going to be performing today? I believe one of them is going to be a Christmas song. So happy holidays again to everybody. But is any of the stuff that we're going to perform today, might it be on the E EP?
Today, no.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a secret. Like they're in this moment of preparation.
Love it.
But yes, we're gonna talk about that later.
Let's do it. This first song that we're going to hear is one called Wish.
Yeah.
Now, it's a Christmas ballad as well, correct?
Yes.
Hell
It was actually something that I want to. Okay, like 3 years ago, I had this idea. I want to give something to people. I want to give some present, and the first idea I could do, I have to write a song, and I actually spent for 24 hours. I wrote the lyrics, I recorded it, I mixed it, and everything I did in 24 hours. I didn't eat, I didn't sleep, but it was
That's
just
a running
that.
theme in your family. Your sister driving.
Yes, it's like when you see the goal. If you have this passion to something immediately here and now, I forget about everything.
Amen.
I'm here. I'm
Love
here.
that.
I'm doing this, and this is the song.
Let's
This is
do
the
it.
song.
Happy holidays, everybody. This is Nadzion with Wish.
Okay. I just wish to see a little bit of magic snow, to kiss and dance while Christmas with my love. Oh, I wish to hug my mom and tell my sis that all her dreams gonna come. Oh, I just wish all people many reasons to their smiles, to send them to each other despite the miles. Oh, I'm glad you hear my song, so all I wish really cannot be right. Close your eyes and be whatever you want. Try to open kid inside your heart. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is the greatest start. I just wish tomorrow I'll be better than today, and all my fears and doubts will run away. Oh, I wanna wish myself be kind and wise until and after it's 12.
Okay.
Oh, I just sang this song to make us happier this day, to put some miracle inside us, Ray. Oh, I wish you feel the same, and truly love will bring you wonderful flame. But Close your eyes and be whatever you want. Try to open it inside your heart. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is the greatest start. Close your eyes and be whatever you want. Try to open it inside your heart. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is the greatest start. Thank you. Merry
Happy Christmas,
everyone.
everyone. Happy Christmas and happy holidays as well. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Is it bittersweet, the holiday right now? Because of everything that's happening and you're away? Does it get bittersweet sometimes this season?
What do you mean? I mean,
Like, bittersweet means...
bittersweet. No, yes, I
know.
understand. Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, when I wrote a song, I really wanted to put something very happy to that song, but still you can hear this, sadness part. And it's something that I can't write a happy song. And I think it's because everything what is happening in our world, every single day you
We
hear.
feel it.
We feel it. You just can't. You just can't,
Exactly.
There is always this place for this sadness, and you
Well,
just
then-
can't deal with that.
If I may, that leading into, and I'm going to try not to butcher it too badly, but Verbovaya doshechka.
Вербовая дощечка.
Doshechka. What does it mean in English or Spanish? Or
So, okay, here I need a little bit of translator because it's the hard word to say in English, but it's
really?
okay.
Because even looking at it, because, I'm not a cunning linguist.
Okay, it's verbovaya. It's willow board. Willow board.
Willowwood.
Willow board. Board.
Willow word.
Board. Board.
Like a board.
Board, yes.
Willow board.
So it's it's Ukrainian folk, and the meaning of this song is there is this girl, Nastechka, Anastasia, we would say, but it's the form of the name. And she's waiting for her love, and she's waiting for this guy, and she loves him very much. She's very in love with him, and she really believes that he's coming back, but he's not. And she's like, okay, I'm waiting for the guy who will give me these like red boots. Red boots, it's like beautiful red boots as a present of his love, that he's gonna bring her something. And she's waiting for that. And she's talking to her friends, to girlfriends, and she's like, okay, he's coming, but he's not. And she's this very naive girl. And through this song, for me personally, there is a huge changing of her, like when she's becoming more wise, when she's understanding that, oh, okay, that's now how it works. And and there is this phrase in this lyrics that as much, this thing when you do pasta and when you get rid of the water, this like
The calendar.
thing.
Calendar, yeah.
And there is much truth in boys as water in that thing. Like, no. Nothing.
Boys, men. I'm a man. And there are a few men in this world. Let's keep
Okay.
it real. But there are a bunch of 50, 40, 30, and 20-year-old boys. And they
Here's
never
the
grow up.
thing. Yes. So it's this
Wow.
song is about that. It's
It's
about,
about
the,
truth.
Yes, it's about truth. How much truth there is. Yes.
It's
So and it's very folky, and like the melody of the song is very.
love it.
Yeah. It's
I'm totally up for this. I love folk music. We play a lot of folk music in here actually as well. So, el meu país es molt petit, eh? And so, bam, let's do it.
okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Вербовая дощечка, ходить по ній Настечка, на все поле леліє, звідки милий приїде, звідки милий приїде, що
привезе, привезе. Червоні чоботи, чоботи, косівської роботи, роботи. I've got so vero, blenero, blene. I will never no shene, no shene. Jak na stoczka bowala, bowala. Wsiadzie browa, balala, balala. Idzie dziwki, hasity, hasity. Це брамбода носите, носите. Скільки в це бриці водиці, водиці. Стільки в дівках правдиці, правдиці.
Anna and Sasha, thank you. You got a grown man crying over here, and my next guest is in a corner crying as well. Damn.
You asked me about the philosophy of the music I do.
Yeah.
That's it. You're
And
crying.
When that came out, the juxtaposition of the vocals. Whoa. Wow. Thank you. Jesus H. Christ. Okay.
Thank you for being open.
Sasha, power to you and power to the people. God
Can I
bless
say
America.
something?
Yes, please.
Slava Ukraini, okay?
God bless Ukraine. Amen. God bless the world, too.
I wanted to say just a little quick. So Sasha just play guitar, but she's actually the one who makes visuals too.
As well.
Yes. Actually, every single music video that you will see or you've seen already, she's the camera woman of that. So it's just, I want to mention that because we have been collaborating for years now.
Power
we
to
started,
y'all, Anna and
so
Sasha. Thank you so much for making
Sasha
that happen.
Yermakova. Yeah.
Wow. So, okay.
Okay.
Well, we don't have too much more time, but damn. We're going to play off in just a few minutes with Home. So let's talk really quickly about them. You can't reveal any too much, but air back on. Oh God, because the spirit moved in here. You know that. You feel that. The spirit moved in here. So what is going to be preparing for us in the next few months before you drop the EP, at which point you'll be coming back?
Amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, I love it. I'm preparing the EP. It'll be like 6 songs. One of them will be the collaboration with this guy. His name is Dafabi. Well, we're gonna talk about later in another interview. Yes and
Lord.
I'm gonna prepare everything, visuals and EP itself, but also I'm gonna be a little bit more active on social media.
Okay.
I am going to become a TikToker. I mean, no, there is this thing. I was very afraid of TikTok for a long time, but I mean, because it just was something that hard for me to do.
Yeah.
Like the every day you have to post something, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have a try, and that's the thing.
Maybe teach us a few things too, please. Like we need to learn a few things. Seriously,
Yeah, okay.
creatively about your motherland, about what's
Yeah.
going on. But then, just saying.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be just a little bit more active active.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more active, and I'm gonna be collaborating with other musicians as well.
Brilliant.
So
Here in the city, here in Barcelona, or throughout? I mean, I'm sure
Right
you've
now-
got international connections. So.
right now here,
Okay.
I have 2 collaborations right now I'm working on with, and yeah, there are another plans also. I'm gonna talk about that on my social media. You're gonna hear everything on Instagram, on TikTok, obviously, and yes, my YouTube channel. You have to check my YouTube channel because it's full of a lot of
So
videos.
can you tell everybody, because that's the next part of the last question, where can people get a hold of you? How can people contact you? And we'll also be including all of this at the bottom of our YouTube feed when the video's edited later on for the next couple of weeks, guys. So you'll have all of these connections as well. But where can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, sure. Instagram, first of all, Instagram.
Hell to the yeah.
Second of all, YouTube, because I'm posting everything there, the music videos, and TikTok and Spotify, Apple Music, and everything. Please go there, listen to my music, because now it's full of just singles, but I'm working on EP.
Exactly.
And this year we're gonna have 2, one in the spring and another one in fall. So yes.
It's like a spring affair and then another one for the
Yeah.
autumn. Okay, so wait a minute. There's going to be 2 EPs dropping, one after the new year and one later on in the year. And people can hold now. When I want to say Nadzion, that's 2 N's, everybody, not one. And Nadzion is spelled Nadzion.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where we look it up. And there was one other thing, Home. What inspired the last song that we're going to play out with, Home?
When I came to Spain, since the beginning of Russian invasion of Ukraine, we had to go here with my family, and I really felt like I was a refugee, and I felt this for the very first time in my life. I realized what is this like to be as a refugee, and I wanted to write a song to other people who are also in the same situation, so they can feel that they are not alone, and I have the same things. And of course, there are obviously a lot of people who went through much more complicated situation, but it's just the song that I wanted to give to people so they know that they are not alone. And even now, it's getting another sense. So it's just something for people, like every single song. Yeah.
Thank you for coming here and sharing for the people as well.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank you
viva
very much for having
Ucrania
me.
forever. And viva democracia,
Thank
porfa Dios.
you.
And thank you so much for being here. We will have you here in a few months when everything's ready to drop and pop. And
I love
if
your
you ever need any background actors, you're talking to the right man. And so we'll have to also share some of those other musicians and stuff like that, because we can
Okay.
pop those up here as well.
Sure.
Folks, this was Nadzion. Thank you so much for being here. Sasha, thank you so much for playing. And to my Queen Fairy Esther in the corner, thank you so much for being here and making this happen.
Who is actually the leader of CABE, the Association of
Exactly,
Musicians
and I
in
was
Barcelona. Yes, we didn't talk about that, but yes.
And look that up as well, Familia Cabe, which is the organization here for musicians in Barcelona. So, Lady Esther, thank you so much. Anna, Sasha, power to the people. Folks, this is Home, and we will see you in just a little bit.
Rain in the attic, feeling pathetic. Bunches of voices saying that it'll be easy. But where the hell's my home? The clock is ticking in the upside down. I guess I'm waiting till about to drown. Every tick and every piece is full of needles under my skin. I just wonder how many kisses are becoming unseen. Furious oceans having commotion, living or dying. Why? So there's gotta be reason. And where the hell's my rain in the attic, feeling pathetic. Bunches of voices saying that it'll be easy. But where the
Abend ist schon spät, doch ich will nicht, dass du gehst. Solange du hier bei mir bist, hört die Welt sich aufzudrehen. Und ich falle in das Licht, doch du sagst, du traust dich nicht. Ja, ich verliere mich, weiß nicht, wo ich bin. Ja, ich fühl mich doch viel blinder, blinder, greller ist die Sonne. Doch ich sehe unsere Zeit vergehen und der Mond sich langsam um die Leere deiner Worte drehen. Oh, blinder, blinder, greller ist die Sonne. Doch ich sehe unsere Zeit vergehen und der Mond sich langsam um die Leere deiner Worte drehen. Morgen ist zu spät, um zu sagen, wie's uns geht. Verlierst dich langsam fallend, ich seh zu, wie du vergisst. Sag mir, was wir sind, weil dein Bild verblasst im Wind. Verlieren uns, finden nicht zurück und wir fühlen uns viel blinder, blinder, greller ist die Sonne. Doch ich sehe unsere Zeit vergehen und den Mond sich langsam um die Leere deiner Worte drehen. Oh, blinder, blinder, greller ist die Sonne. Doch ich sehe unsere Zeit vergehen und den Mond sich langsam um die Leere deiner Worte drehen. Blinder, blinder, heller ist die Sonne. Schneller, schneller, schnell wie ein Planet. Heller, heller, heller ist die Sterne, die für uns in den Wolken stehen. Blender, blenden, heller ist die Sonne. Schneller, schneller, schnell wie ein Planet. Heller, heller, heller ist die Sterne, die für uns in den Wolken stehen. Oh, blender, blender, greller ist die Sonne. Doch ich sehe unsere Zeit vergehen und den Mond sich langsam um die Leere deiner Worte drehen. Oh, blender, blender, greller ist die Sonne. Doch ich sehe unsere Zeit vergehen und den Mond sich langsam um die Leere deiner Worte drehen.
Toyland, Toyland, little girl and boyland. While you dwell within it, you are ever happy then. Childhood's joyland, mystic, merry toyland. Once you pass its borders, you can never return again.
When you've grown up, my dears, and are as old as I, you'll often ponder on the years that rolled so swiftly by, my dears, that rolled so swiftly by. Childhood's joyland, mystic, merry toyland. Once you pass its borders,
That's Dois Day, y'all. That's Dois Day. I said what? Welcome to Expat Royal Society 3.0, Children of the Corn. And it's our Happy Holidays Christmas Kwanzaa special. Lady K, thank you for
Hello,
being
darling,
here.
of
Mamacita,
course,
what's
of
up?
course.
Of course, we're here with a little bit of croissant that she's making me eat by myself.
I have 2 more days before I have to start the holiday pig fest.
And this is what we're talking about today, Children of the Corn, the Holiday Pig Fest. Now, of course, welcome back to the Royal Expat. It's a create-a-cast starring designer, author, TV personality Kelli Ellis, and yours truly, man at the helm of English Radio BC and for Catalonia, me, Lucas Avadam. More monthly, we're just going to give you our gift of gab because that's what we do, but mostly focusing around the artistry of artists. Something like that. But today is about the holidays.
Oh, the holidays.
Now, I spell the holidays Holidaze because, Lord mercy, in the country that we live, which is not the United States of America, but you're going back in 2.5 days,
I am.
you're going to back into the bubble.
Exactly that. That's exactly how it
feel that
feels.
way?
It does. I mean,
Okay.
one, I'm going back in time, right? So California's 9 hours difference.
There you go.
So I feel it's like 13 hours. I land about pretty much about the same time I left. It's a little Groundhog Day feeling.
It is.
Yeah.
It's it's a bit before, but when you leave to New York, where I always fly, it's like, okay, well, whatever. Let's go get some food.
Right.
Well, we already ate. Okay, so you're making me squash down all these carbohydrates made of butter because you plan to.
It's going to be a shit show. Yeah.
You think so?
I know. I already know.
Tell me some of the menus so I can sit here and masturbate.
Okay. Honestly,
Just kidding.
well, it just starts with crap. Like we have so many. I know this is what we were going to talk about later in traditions. So we'll talk about traditions, but everything involves food and a lot of sugar. A lot of sugar. Yeah, it's bad.
Okay, so we'll get to those recipes in just a bit. Over here, what I wanted to mention how the Spanish Catalan extent of the holidays that start from the night
Now.
of the 23rd, really.
I feel like it starts now.
Yeah, it is.
It's
did.
now.
It actually did.
Yeah.
It starts with
Yesterday.
Dia de los Muertos, really. I'm kidding.
No, yesterday was the Purisma, very controversial day.
Purísima
Yes.
was yesterday. In fact, folks, we're coming off a long holiday here, where everyone left Tuesday and they're going back to work Monday. But it's one of those things. Okay, the Purísima was the Immaculate Collection.
It's where Mother Mary, right? They say her mother was also pure. So it's this controversy to say that Mary herself was also born similarly to her son Jesus Cristo. So it was controversial, like for years and years and years. Yes, it's true. No, it's not true. Yes, it's true. No, it's not true. Is it recognized? Is it not? It's officially recognized here. And it's just basically a holiday. If you ask anybody what Purísima means, they're like, I don't know. It just means a day off. It's super controversial.
Does that bother you the way it bothers me?
No, I know because we
Okay.
do it so much in the U.S. too. I mean, really, let's be real. There's so many presidents, and if you ask anybody 5 top
But
things
we don't get that
president
day
did-
off necessarily.
Sometimes we used
We
to.
used to.
We did.
We
used
don't
to.
anymore. Now it's just all collected together in President's Day.
Right? Thanks, everyone.
We'll put
Bye.
everyone on President's Day and give MLK so everyone's happy.
Right.
And that's what they did. And that's what they did. And you know what? I am happy. But let's talk about this because it does become. Girl, keep it real. You already know. It becomes a mad fest over here because we have the 23rd of the night where everyone gets together. 24th is your last day to shop until you drop. And then it is on like Donkey Kong. Eating. 25th, eating. St. Stephen's is Cannelloni Day where everyone puts and makes cannellonis of all kinds. And it is another eating fest. The 28th is their April Fool's Day. It's the Dia de los Inocentes. So you make jokes, and
Just
mine
kidding.
is always like, Dad, you're going to be a grandfather.
Just
I'm
kidding.
having a baby. I won't make any other jokes about that right now. But the wine is flowing. It's a really good cava. And I want to make a mad shout out because I just love Peralada. If you've never been out to the Peralada, and they're not sponsoring me, but they will next year. But going to the Peralada grounds and whenever they have their festivals as well or their jazz nights,
Ooh, let's
it's
do
really
that.
is it's thebomb.com. And so I highly recommend that. Would you like a little topic
Oh,
from there?
well, don't have to ask
just
me
like we're gonna
twice.
have to. This is a Gran Reserva Brut Natural, so it's a little on the pricier side, but it's really good.
It's really good.
So you don't want to use that for a cava sangria.
No. No, but that's a nice one. I
You
like
want to use a Jalmacera. No, don't use Jalmacera. It sucks. If you're going to make a sangria cava, Bach. Use the Bach.
There you go.
Now,
Yeah.
then we have New Year's Eve. Then you have New Year's Day.
Keep going. We're not
Then
done.
you have, no, we're not, because then we have what we called back in the day was the night before was Epiphany, right? But that also leads into Reyes Day, which is the 6th. But then they also give any day after the 6th, they give it off to the kids because originally Christmas was not much of a celebrated thing here as big as Reyes is, which is Epiphany. And
that's the Three Kings for all y'all,
That
right?
for
Remember we
all
went to the
y'all.
parade? We went to the parade.
Let me tell you about the first parade that I went to. Because there are three kings. There's Melchior, Gaspar, and Balthazar. And I think Balthazar, I think they were all Middle Eastern or of Asian descent or Middle Eastern Asian descent. But one of the brothers is supposed to be more Asian-esque. One of them is supposed to be more white, and one of them is supposed to be more Caucasian, let's say, because there's some odd mix there. And then a black brother as well, who's African.
Right.
And when I first got here, you already know where I'm going with this. Yeah. And blackface.
Not so much. Oh, God. Wow.
And it was
imagine?
2009, and I was walking my dog, and who was black, and she stopped, and she said, "Oh, hell no, Daddy." And I said, "We're not in Kansas anymore." Well, they probably do that in Kansas anyway.
I was going to say, we are in Kansas.
Yeah, it was full on now. And I will say this, because of the last mayor that we had here, Lady Colau, if I'm not mistaken, she put her foot down that there could be no more blackface and painting people and anything because it's 20 freaking 10 plus.
Embarrassing.
And so they changed that. And so now, I mean, we are also the last state in the European Union next to Africa. So it's like, we have a history here. So that stopped. But it was one other thing that I'm going to make mention of the Spanish thing. Do you mind me doing it?
No, do it.
Okay, it's historical and totally nerdy. But
Go.
there's a place right outside, in between Valencia and that other city near Valencia.
A lot of history here, kids. Tune in. Take notes.
It has nothing to do with the cava. But in this place, oh God, it has everything to do with the cava, Children of the Corn. But their annual Christmas festival is to dress up in blackface.
No.
And everyone in the city does this. It's right outside of Alicante.
Is this supposed to be a positive thing?
No, of course not. They in their eyes it is.
That's what I mean. Like,
In
is
their-
this an ignorant move on an entire city?
But now they know. And it's
Okay.
been something that has been in the crosshairs since the 90s.
Yeah.
And yet,
That's
Alcoy, that's the name of it, near Alicante. It's between Valencia and Alicante, and
Okay,
it's called
no.
Alcoy. And in this place, and it still continues because there are a lot of specific types of organizations who give a middle finger to the reality of the fact of what they're doing. And so it's just an interesting place to continue to have 4 weeks of nonstop holidays here.
It's pretty insane. My first year here, so I don't know about you, but in the States for us, like the tree goes up one day after Thanksgiving. Okay, it's officially Christmas. Day after Thanksgiving, tree's up.
And it
start
should be
decorating.
a 12 to 15 footer in my house.
Absolutely massive. It's huge.
insane.
Everything in my mother's
Did you
house
get it
changes. Oh, it's flocked.
Oh my God.
It's nuts. It is full on Christmas, like to the point where she takes down pictures to put up Christmas stuff on the walls. Like it's that
Yeah, of
that
course.
hardcore. I'll take pictures. I'll send, but it'll be beautiful. But and then the tree comes down the day after Christmas. Like I know. See,
I wouldn't let my parents. No. That was the one time my mom was nice. Was Christmas.
no. So mom's Catholic, but my dad is American Indian raised, right? So like we don't care about the 8th of January, like where you have to go all the way. No, we have a dried up tree. We've got kindling. in the living room.
This is a
get
Simpsons
rid of
episode.
it.
It's a fire hazard.
It's a fire hazard. We don't need to have it. It's Christmas is over. And I made that mistake here, right? The first year. Oh my God. People looked at me like I was devil woman. What are you doing?
Taking the tree down.
Where's the tree? I mean, it was a big deal. And I really, it was like I'd slap them all in the face. It was hilarious.
Because of Reyes, because it needs to be up there for Reyes too.
Wow.
And so, or King's Day, as it's
King's
called, loves.
Day.
King's Day loves.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I guess for me, my first thing was because I have Italian family in New York. When I knew that there was cannelloni the day after Christmas, it's like, bitch, please, I need that now.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
really
love
nice, too.
bechamel. I can take showers in bechamel and romesco. I don't have hair. And the thing is, I didn't realize it was all made with pork and beef.
Yeah, which you don't.
I got so damn sick.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it wasn't fun. My St. Stephen's, and we don't celebrate St. Stephen's or Boxing Day in
No,
Canada
exactly.
or in the UK.
Yeah.
And I guess Boxing Day originally was also what? It was for when
I'll tell you.
gather the boxes, right?
No. So, have had a ex-husband from Australia, I know all of this stuff. Yes. So Boxing Day was the day that you would box up something special, something small, just a nice gesture to all the other people in your life that aren't family. So your postman, your milkman. This was the days when you had a postman and a milkman. Your postman, your milkman, anybody that you saw on the daily, your deli person, whatever, whoever was in your life. And that was the day for giving that small little box, the little gifts. So you see people walking around town with little boxes.
It's the attitude of gratitude day.
Exactly. I like
Okay.
it. I think that's really nice.
Oh, hell to the yeah.
I know. It's a
Okay.
really nice tradition. Now it's just a big sale day. It's their Black Friday, essentially.
Well, and now we have it here.
Yes. We have Black Friday here, and nobody
It's
knows
Black,
why.
It's like Black Month. It becomes a whole thing from into December.
But it's hilarious they call it Black Friday, and they don't celebrate Turkey Thursday, but they still call it Black Friday.
And Cyber Monday and all
Yeah,
that.
it's hilarious.
Whatever, Tuesday. I forget what Tuesday's about.
Like,
What
do
is
you know why
Tuesday
it's
about?
called Black Friday, guys? Everybody, it's because Thanksgiving's on, and then it's officially Christmas season for the U.S. on the next Friday.
Now, one of the things that a lot of people don't know, and I love telling my business clients and uni students about this shite, is that there is a website called Black Friday Death Count.
What is that?
Girl, since 2010 or 9, they have been tabulating how many people get killed or trampled.
No.
We can go to
Stop
it right now.
it
Black Friday
now.
Death Count.
Stop it
.com. And they keep a rolling tally going for the last 15 years of how many people are killed and
Because of the sales stampede. Stop it now. Okay, that is
Straight up.
absolutely ridiculous and
Straight up.
so typically U.S. I can't even. That's painful.
because I believe it was after the 2007-8 stampedes in the Walmarts.
Oh, God.
That and then like people, he got the last one, and someone went out and shot another guy in this to take the
Can you what?
America.
No words.
Land of the hold on,
I have no words.
land of the free, home of the brave, y'all.
Merca.
America.
It's funny because we do such stupid stuff that now when I hear things that are really, really dumb in the news, I just assume that it's an American. Like really quick, just side note. Like I think it was yesterday, the day before, some tourists in Venice.
Oh boy.
Like they capsized.
Yes,
They
I read
capsized a gondola.
Were they American?
No, they weren't, but I thought they
yay.
were. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. We're so dumb. And somebody goes, no, actually, they weren't American. I was like, oh, thank God. I actually had a sigh of relief because I was positive. I would have bet $1 million. There's something stupid like that would be in a picture American. They're taking selfies and capsized a gondola. Really?
You already know. You already know.
I know. I was just proud that wasn't us for once. For once, it wasn't us.
Were they Italian?
No.
Because let's not. Okay,
I'm not gonna
there's
throw
a-
that out.
The balconying thing was an Italian.
Yeah,
thing.
I know. Terrible.
I
Anyway.
mean, that's not the cava.
No.
Guilty pleasures. Favorite guilty pleasures at the holidays. Oh. Does Kelli Ellis have guilty pleasures at the holidays?
I just eat like a 5-year-old fat kid. I really, really, really do. I can't wait. Like we have
So that's why you're so thin.
right because I had to like lose some weight before going home for the holidays. Cookie Day.
it.
Cookie Day is happening Cookie Day is a thing. It's a tradition in our family. Since I've got 5 generations of women, literally, and one baby boy born into these 5 generations.
Wow.
The women all get together and we bake together for one solid day. And it's the day where you're making the gingerbread houses and everybody's making, I mean, we're like a cookie factory.
Is there alcohol involved?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Drinking, songs, cooking, baking. It's a day.
I want to be there one day.
Yes, it's a really fun day, and everyone's sugar crazy overload, and then we have to get like something else, like pizza, to balance all of the sweets, and then all of the men folk are kind of hanging out in the peripheral,
men folk.
waiting for us to throw a cookie their way every so often to try. And
Hell
sample.
yeah!
It's
what are
really
the
fun.
men folk doing though?
They're literally waiting for us to just get the first batch out of the oven so that they can sample everything. Yeah, it's very fun.
Sorry.
Are you choking on a cookie?
I'm
Yeah.
choking on the dreams of a cookie.
Yes.
Choking on the dreams of a cookie. Choking on the dreams of a Jewish Christmas Eve. One of the traditions in New York City, and I think it's for a lot of Jews around the world, is on Christmas Eve, there's a huge Chinese throwout. That's what they do. They order Chinese
Oh,
food
I know
at
that.
the
I do
buffet.
know
Yeah.
that. I do know that.
And
I've
it
done
is
that.
delicious. And guess who's doing it this Christmas?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's actually
Daddy,
a thing.
we are going for Chinese food. Fa-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra.
Exactly.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh, my nerve.
Hilarious.
You'll shoot your eye out. There's another one. The sequel's coming out.
Stop
With the
it.
same actor who's a successful investment banker. He's gone on to...
Get out.
He's chubby
A
and
Christmas-
cute.
A Christmas
and
Story
he
is
so
classic.
Cute.
It's
he
classic.
looks so cute, too, as an adult. Oh my God.
I
I'm going to
love
kiss
it.
him right here.
I
just on the
still want
corner of
that
the lip.
lamp. I really do. I want the lamp. I do. I want the leg lamp. I think
Okay,
it's the
Lady
best thing ever.
Spencer, we having a job for the next year. Shout out to her. We don't have her little face
I know we need her
here.
little facey there.
Shout out to our Lady Spencer. We have an admission to it.
We do.
And if anybody can find it,
It's her.
gonna be spent.
It's her. She'll find it. She'll find it in a nanosecond. Before we even leave this room, she'll have it. Like, here it is. I want it.
One of the guilty pleasures I also have were tamales.
Yes. Okay. Being from Southern California, there's
Uh-huh.
always somebody in your life who's making
You
tamales.
already know.
Oh, and they're like, would you like? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even have to finish the sentence. Yes, please. I will take my order. Thank
Oh,
you.
I missed that, Daddy. We have to look into that. Oh, by the way, I just want everybody to know. It's negative, you guys. I'm negative.
Oh, COVID.
Okay, I
Oh,
swear
poor
to God.
Poppy.
I know. 4 years, and my father finally came down right before the holidays with COVID.
Have you been carrying around that same test for that's the same test?
No, it's I'm a hypochondriac.
You said that for 3 years
Right?
now. The
No.
negative.
Let
No,
me
really,
tell you what
Chelsea.
just happened. So, just before we came here to record every Children of the Corn, because I had another show with some beautiful live music. Shout out to Ukrainian upcoming alternative sensation Anna Nadzion.
Incredible.
But the 2 times I've had COVID, I only had one symptom: weird backache right above my bum,
Okay.
right there. And my father came down positive earlier this week. He had been out and about
Daddy.
with a woman, with a woman, with a woman, and he got it from her, I'm sure. And but thankfully we were distanced because one of our mutual friends is moving back to the UK for just hopefully 3 or 4 months, and
Yes.
and so I've been out of the house. I haven't seen my dad. He came positive, and I've been taking tests ever since. But today, just before I'm leaving the house to come to the studio to record, I get that same ache.
No.
I swear to God.
Okay, get over there. Stay over there on that side.
And
I cannot be sick for this trip.
exactly.
Get outta
And
here.
I can't be sick right now because I have so much in the next 2 weeks.
Look, I've had it so many times. I'm sure I have every ant. I've just sampled
Really?
the latest. Yeah, every time something new comes around, I just get it to sample it to make sure so I can let
she
everybody
is
know.
from LA, children.
Yeah, I know. I just let everybody know. Here's what your symptoms are going to be for this time around. Okay, everyone? And I feel like I do the taste test.
Well, the taste test was right because you said there was shoulder pain was one of the...
Yeah.
After mine, for a month, until couple weeks ago, I had this weird shoulder pain.
Yeah, my doctor asked me that. I have a frozen shoulder now. I think we talked about it, which is a hormonal thing. And that's the first thing he asked me. Did you recently have COVID? And I was like, Yeah, like 27 times. But I hadn't. No, I hadn't had it, and I was like, this is not a COVID thing. This is more. And so yeah, but it's apparently it's a side effect or a long COVID symptom is having this painful shoulder thing. Weird.
Ridic.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of a moment. You had a moment. And I was calling the agent of the artist and my tech man. And I went to the pharmacy, ran to the park, and did the test right there, like in front of God and all the dogs.
Nice.
And
Negativo.
Immediately. And now they provide you one that also tests you for gripe A and B, for the flu A and B.
Right.
It's fantastic.
It's nice to know. But
It's so great.
I still think people are just a little laissez-faire about it still. Right? They're just like, okay, whatever.
The fact that you use the term
Laissez-faire.
laissez-faire, which is also the system of politics that we use here in most democracies. Thank you, France.
That's right.
Everywhere.
I brought one for the plane. I'm ready.
Yes.
As soon as I hear people coughing around me, I throw that thing on. It's 12 hours in a plane with this person.
Oh, my nerves.
Yeah, and we're recycling the
my
air and
nerves.
and I've got the wipes and the gel.
And I see my tech brother sneezing and coughing over there in his office. I see you, brother. I see that.
He's like, no.
That is one of the things that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it because I was raised in certain environments and then the city where you're just more aware of?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I've never been more aware, actually, because I lived in suburbia, like a bubble, right? We're talking about going back to OC. I mean, true bubble, where there's horses in the backyard and people riding down the street, like in covered wagons. I'm not kidding, like little wagons.
Covered wagons?
Well, not covered, but in little wagons, and they cover them with Christmas crap, and the horses are going down. No, really. And the carolers are on horseback.
But it's 80 degrees outside.
And it is going to be 75, 76. So it's going to, that's my, what I know is Christmas is very strange. And then being in a city.
A Texas kid.
Right. With the same thing. Millions of people everywhere.
Christmas parties at the pool.
Yes.
Yeah. And then New York by the early 90s. And I'm like, no.
Freezing.
Fuck Christmas parties at the pool. I want this.
Yeah, I don't like the cold because I'm just, I can't take California out of me.
I love the cold.
Here, I sweat in 3 blocks. I didn't even wear a jacket today.
It's the humidity, yo. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
My love, come on now.
Yes.
It's usually between 70 and 90% humidity here.
Yes.
So you
It's
feel it.
very different. Very, very different. But the cold here it's a nice break. You can actually buy a jacket and wear it. That's nice.
But that's one of the things I love. Here's my guilty pleasure about the holidays. You can wear nicer clothes.
I know.
Put ensembles together.
Scarves.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
fine.
now I'm just being... I'm not gay. Okay, can we also mad shout out bros, please? We need to mad shout out bros.
Right.
There's brother Martini
Martini.
and Lady Kelly have
Yes.
thrown a movie down my alley a couple of weeks ago. I've seen it
Yes.
twice now. And cried both times. Peed my pants both times as well. And it's by Billy Ehrlich.
Yep.
And he was actually one of the late comers onto Parks and Rec in the late 2010s.
Incredible voice.
Funny as hell.
Yeah.
And it is truly about a podcaster who's also an historian.
Who is gay
Who's gay.
and is in love with love.
in love with love. And it has an excellent voice and a great singer.
Who's that? It's so
And-
weird.
Is not as well meted into the gay community. Although he's much more meted into the gay community than I am, actually. I will say that. I went to a party the other night, babe. And with someone who will not be mentioned. And there was a melange of people. And most of them were homosexual. And most of them were gay. And then there were a group of badass women and 2 straight guys. And the only people I talked to all night were the women and the 2 straight guys. And
Hilarious.
It's ridiculous.
It is hilarious.
I even made out with a girl in front of her husband.
It's that kind of party.
and I wasn't even that high. I was just like, oh, your lips smell good. Come here, let me kiss you.
It is Hilarious.
And then I asked him if he could kiss, and he was like, "No." And I'm like, "Damn, but you're French. You really?"
Really? I thought we'd all do this here in Europe. No?
No, there were no drugs involved, and
You're so funny.
And so, watching this movie, Bros, I really want to thank you and Martini for that because
Yeah.
it is the first time I have seen a movie, second time, of a gay-themed film that really made sense to me.
Good.
And it was
Well, it was you. That's why. I'm sorry, but before you even saw it, we were sitting across. We were having one of our Gab Fest brunches, and I literally felt like I was watching the movie but live because I had just watched it, and I was laughing right the entire time, going,
Completely.
"I'm sorry, could you please watch this movie because it is happening in front of me right now. I'm living the movie Bros right now." So he's you. And that's a good thing. It was a full compliment. I know you took it that way because he's a fantastic guy. And it was a great, great movie. Martine turned me onto it. You know, he was like, "Oh my gosh, you're going to watch this. You're going to love it. It's got some great themes." And then, of course,
It also pissed some people off.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I saw some comments, but, you know, that's any movie that's divisive, right?
It takes the piss out of the community, but in a loving way.
It does.
It's like one of those expressions we have in the Jewish tradition where you reproach or you chastise with the left, but embrace with the right. And there's this understanding of that in the community. And because I come from a city where there was so much that gave the world so much of the freedom it has now for
Right.
LGBTQI. I feel like a lot of it's not really understood or respected in my beautiful city of Barcelona, part of the people, Bisca. But
I feel like, I mean, in particular, this city is much more liberal than the bubble I come from. That's for darn sure.
true.
You know, like, this is not a movie for my mom. I'm not, "Hey, Mom, go watch this." Although she loved Will and Grace. So I don't know. You know, there's just this real...
And Deborah Messing.
Right. And she's in the movie. I mean, there's some great cameos in the movie. It's just a great movie. So if you haven't seen it and you are not offended, you know, by the lifestyle, then you're going to love it. Otherwise, don't watch it.
You're
Know?
going to love it.
Yeah.
Even if you are kind of offended by it.
Yeah.
That's because you're gay. And so when so send me a postcard and Tonsils Cavazos can help you out. Just kidding.
It was a good movie.
It was bloody great.
I
And
know.
so mad shout out and for the inspiration that it is also produced. Now, there's no friend like a celebrity friend.
Oh my gosh. So funny. We were saying this, and I don't know if it's because of the holiday season, but I'm getting some invites. "Are you going to be in California?" "Oh, I'm going to have a party." And it's all the LA parties and all the people. And it's a guilty pleasure kind of, right?
go.
Almost where I was like, I don't need to go to my mom's for Christmas Eve. I can go to Los Angeles just to see who's there and pretend like you're not at all impressed. Because it's fun. It's fun when you're not in that world every day.
It's silly and ridiculous, and at the same time, when you grow up in certain cities
Yeah.
and doing certain things in your world, I would predominantly say Madrid, London, LA, New York, and Paris. I think those 5 cities where there's a huge industry of cinema, streaming,
Exactly.
television, recording, music. Those are the 5 epicenters in the West. And when you grow up there, you in LA, me in New York, you're
Always.
completely.
Completely.
And a year ago, at last holidays, I started compiling a list of my life on the Z list because you're definitely C or D, like Kathy Griffin. I'm Z, but one day I'm going to be D, you guys. And I've made an insane list of so many people that I have had beautiful run-ins, acquaintanceships with. Okay.
Go. I want to. All right, go.
Well, no, I want you to look at the list and say, okay, tell me the story behind one. of
Okay,
these.
fine.
Whatever.
I cannot believe you have this list. This is really fun.
Yeah, I was not high or drunk when I made this list. If you can't read it.
Not read you right. Oh, I the first one that stands out to me, Cyndi Lauper.
Okay, so we're at a party for Sandra Bernhard, and
Okay.
Cindy was there, and it was at Duvet or Bed? It was that club in
Bed.
New York, yeah, where there was just beds
It's
and duvets,
Bed.
yeah. And so I crawled.
Duvet.
I swear to God, there was one called Duvet.
Okay, no,
I
it's
swear to
bad.
God, there
It
was one in
bad. 'Cause
Duvet.
There's one in Miami too.
Okay. And it was the party. The after party was there, and I just remember she was laying down with someone, and I just crawled. I want to say it was Debbie Mazar.
Okay,
I want to
nice.
say it was Debbie, and I just crawled over there to Cindy, and I said, "Girl, I just need to thank you for keeping on for what you do
She's
for
so
the
great.
Community
She's great.
and as a musician." And she took a drink and she said, "Thanks, hon."
That's your wedding. You were
We shook
hilarious.
hands and I crawled away to the other bed.
You are so funny. Okay, I have another one here. I'm sorry, but David Bowie. What is
Oh.
that?
Have we not talked about that?
No.
Okay, this one requires some more kava.
Okay.
This one's a bit longer, and this is beautiful.
All right.
All right. So one of my dearest friends from university is a PR fashion stylist rep named Kelli Millions out of
Thank you, Doc.
New York, LA, Houston. Shout out Kelli Millions and the Fashion Art Gallery. And one day, excuse me, this was 2000 and I want to say something between 2004, 5, 6. When Freddy versus Jason came out. I don't remember if you remember that there was a Freddy Krueger versus
I
Jason movie.
do know that movie.
And Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child, who's also from Houston, and my girl Kelly, who's also a queen from Houston, was like, okay, we have to go see this movie. So we decided we're going to wake up and make a huge brunch
Make a day of it.
and get blitzed out of our mind stoned and then go down to one of our favorite Brooklyn spots and watch it. So we did. And then we were going to go see one of her Parisian friends who had his shop there, Claude Sabat, wonderful designer from Paris. She's a fashionista. So we went down there to see him, but he was closed because he was in Paris for the Fashion Week.
Of course.
So we're walking down Mulberry Lane and... Nightmare on Elm Street, not Mulberry. There was this book with Mulberry. Wasn't there a Dr. Seuss with Mulberry Street? Or Mulberry?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, we're walking down Mulberry Street, and we're walking to this restaurant. Now, if you're ever in New York, you need to have pizza either at Lombardi's or Grimaldi's. I can't remember right now because of the cava. Which one is in Brooklyn by the Bay and which one is in by Soho in Manhattan. But it's one of those, Lombardi's or Grimaldi's. And we decided to go there for pizza. It's the best in the city. Go. And as we're walking, Kelly's talking about something. Now, Kelly's half blind without her glasses.
That's me.
So,
I get
oh
it.
my God, Kelly, another
Yeah.
Kelly.
Half blind without her glasses. Yeah, you follow.
My baby.
Yeah, you got lots of
I
Kellys.
got my Queen's Kellys. And she's going on. And I'm looking at, I don't like older men. And I'm looking at this gentleman who's walking, a white brother, walking close. He's about 50 meters away, but walking towards us, wearing a white shirt, white trousers, white shoes, and the only thing on his shirt is a lime green crest that's just going down.
Oh, cool.
And I'm noticing it and looking at it. And as we come closer and closer, I realize it's God.
David,
David Bowie.
Bowie.
And Kelly's not paying attention because
Are you
she's talking
elbowing
to me.
her?
And we're, and we're walking, and we're still
Yeah.
stoned and happy from the
Holding
movie.
each other up.
No, we're not. No, it's not that. We weren't
Okay,
drunk.
good.
But he's just coming towards. He's coming to us, and now he's 10 meters away, and I just walked right up to him, put my hands on his shoulders, and I said, "David, hello," like that.
Oh, you are so ridiculous.
And he said, "Hello, how are you?" And Kelly, Miss
Fell
Queen
over.
Fashion, who's also African American,
Yeah.
and who is David Bowie married to.
Yeah.
Oh my God, have you seen her latest shots on Instagram?
Yeah.
She's 71.
I know.
can't.
Iman's
I
gorgeous.
can't.
Gorgeous.
Oh, please, my father, Dad. And and we stood there for about not 10 minutes, 6, 7, 8 minutes and had a conversation
Oh, that's
like
so
he knew
nice.
us.
Nice.
And we were talking about, he was telling us how he was dropping the new record. So it was 2004 or 5 because Reality was dropping. It was either Reality or Heathen. And they were going to be touring for it. So I'm going to see you backstage. He said, "Oh, we'll be there." And Kelly, of course, she's in fashion. So she said, "Is Iman doing anything for the weeks this week?" Well, she's in London right now. She's headed to London. I'm actually going down the bodega to pick up some milk because we're making pancakes for Alexandra.
Oh my gosh, how cute.
We're just talking
Yeah.
like whatever.
Like,
I
like
looked
see you
down.
next week. Yeah.
And I look down and I realize I'm holding his left hand and Kelly's holding his right hand.
Oh, that's cute.
And we're just all holding hands.
Cute.
And we've been talking for at least 3 or 4 minutes
I love
already.
it. I love it.
And he was the most personable, amiable person. I could not even fathom that this was happening. And so then we said, okay, we want to go get some pizza. You're going to get the pancakes going. We'll see you backstage. And he said, okay. Now Kelly drops his hand, grabs his face, and kisses him full on the lips.
Oh.
Full on the lips.
Wow.
And he starts laughing. And I just grab his hand. And I said, thank you, Papa. I always thank my celebs.
Right.
Because this man did change my life.
It's so
him,
nice.
Prince, and Madonna. And so I never got to see him live, I will admit that. Yeah. But I did get to kiss him and have a about 6-7 minute conversation with him.
I think more profound.
Thank
That's
you.
Excellent.
Then we go to the pizzeria. And there is a, let's say, 200-meter line. 100-meter line.
Yeah.
Down out the street. And I, at the time, was a production assistant on a documentary film and the head, the co-manager of a big jazz cafe in Brooklyn. And I had to get to the jazz cafe to open up and get everything set up for the band. And so we didn't have time to wait for this. So we go up to the top to the woman.
Hi, do you know who we are? We're David Bowie's friends.
Yeah. Beaming off of everything that's been going on that week. Yeah. And they say, I'm sorry, do you have a reservation? Like, no. You know who we are. And she said, how many people are you? Just the two of you? And we said, And she said, oh, it's just the two of you. Hold on.
Stop it.
And
You're
she
like
went at the back. And she came
star
and said,
power.
you two, over here.
Star power.
Star
You had
power.
it.
I still do.
It rubbed off.
And I'm not kidding. It was just pure joy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I floated, because by then I was drunk, so I floated to open up the cafe. One of our waitresses was ill. I remember that. So I had to man the floor, and I remember going home with 400 euros in my pocket.
You're like, this was a day. This was a fantastic
dollars.
day. Yeah, I was
dollars.
going to say, dollars. It was a good day.
It was a damn... It was like that Ice Cube song, and today was a good day.
You know what? When you have days like that, so to your point, there's living in LA area, right? My whole life. And so I've had many celebrity clients.
Child, I already know.
Right? I've designed some really fantastic houses. I've signed some NDAs this big where you can't talk about whose house you've done or take photos or do anything. But James Caan wasn't one of them. He let me. Yeah, we had a wonderful day in his house, redesigned, talking about his kitchen. Like some really incredible celebrities. Really incredibles.
James Caan was one of those that had one of those chests that I would look at when I was 80s, a little boy, but not. I'm not gay.
Right. Well, I've got many celebrity clients, but when they become friends, then it feels weird to call them celebrities because they truly are like really good friends. And then you forget that they're celebrities. And then when you go to their birthday party, you're like, is that Debbie Gibson? It is. Oh my God. Is that like all these people that you're sitting and having drinks and talking to?
Do you know Debbie Gibson?
It is so weird to have been in the company in one of these homes where you're with people who you...
Do you know Debbie Gibson?
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, it happened. But like I tell you about one time in particular. So it wasn't at a birthday party. It wasn't these parties where truly you were like every other person. You're like, is that Mark McGrath? That is Mark McGrath. Hey, how are you doing? Is this Devo? This is an Olive Devo. A friend of mine is a drummer for now Foo Fighters. He is now the official drummer of Foo Fighters.
After Taylor died?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, his name's Josh Freese. He's incredible. And so at his wedding to another friend, Nicole, it was officiated by Devo. Everyone was there.
Devo. Whip it.
Yes, officiated the wedding. It was literally in the backyard. It was the best wedding ever. But everybody was there. No Doubt was there. 9 Inch Nails were there. Weezer were there. Like people were...
let's talk about No Doubt.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Glenn doesn't like me. So we went to college together. Anyway, it's a long story. Anyway, one of my favorite celebrity moments ever, I just have to share it really quickly, is I was on a television show on TLC called Clean Sweep. And the host of our show she was Miss LA for me. She was adorable, named Tava Smiley.
OC.
She is, right. Well, Tava is adorable. And so I go to stay with her in LA. She's in West Hollywood and she lives there and we're going to go out. And she kept saying, oh my gosh, Dave wants to meet us. I think we should meet up with Dave. I have no idea who Dave is. But I'm like, okay, whatever, let's go. She's like, she knows everybody. So we go to dinner. There's a bunch of CDE list celebrities that she's introducing me to. I'm like, I know that guy. And their faces you recognize, right? I mean, everybody. Then we finally meet with Dave. It's David Spade. So we are hanging out with David Spade and Nick Schwartzen. Nick Schwartzen he's a hilarious comedian writer. They're writing bench warmers at the time. And we hang out with them, right? In LA and in the lobby of a fantastic hotel. I have never had so many tears in my life. Spent hours with them.
But
hours hanging out with David Spade and Nick Schwartzen, and they were so funny. I cried. And then, of course, she's like, oh, did you know Scooter Jennings? Waylon Jennings' kid. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, of
yep,
course.
Yep.
Austin,
He comes
Texas
up.
regular.
He sits down with us. I mean, it was truly one of my
he's
favorite
mad
nights.
cool people,
Mad
Scooter
cool people.
Jennings.
No, that was my night, hanging out with them. David sitting on top of the sofa. Because you know he's a little guy, right?
He is a little guy.
But he likes
he's
to
got a
command.
beautiful...
He's fantastic.
Isn't he?
He was
He
so
also apparently
fantastic.
has a huge...
personality. So his personality was really big, but I've never seen anybody sit on the back of a sofa, like on the top.
and command the presence.
Hilarious. One of my favorite nights ever in LA.
Because he's so he's not even sarcastic, he's sardonic. Because there's a wit to it all.
He is so fast. And between him and Nick, oh my God, it was hilarity.
Would you say that being able to experience that and the blessing of growing up in LA or New York
Yeah.
City is a very different experience than growing up in other parts of the United States of America?
Absolutely. Because you're going to these places and if you, like right now, I probably wouldn't know half the celebrities that they're less than half my age. I wouldn't know who they are, honestly. But a lot of them being clients, like you hang out at their house and then you're exposed to, the Twilight cast or the, people that other people you just don't have access to, but they are truly everywhere.
The other Taylor. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's fun and bizarre. And then once you're back in it, then it becomes nothing. But at the first couple
When
times
you're
it's jarring.
back into the bubble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then do you feel that in a way you pop out of the bubble when you come back here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have
Hand cream.
just like you and just like me, like we have our own little circles of where we're known, and it's kind of nice to not be, right? It was so funny because a mutual
Nicely said. Yeah.
a mutual friend of ours was going, I was looking up your old house in Las Vegas, and you were kind of a big deal. And I was like, no, I'm not. I am who I am today. Like,
Right, but a lot of that is because of some of the stuff that has also... Well, let's be real. I mean, you were TLC and with Trading Spaces, the original HGTV shows, you were the sister from another mister who was doing that all back in the day.
it
In
was
fact, I believe
really
your hair
fun.
was brunette at the time.
I was very different looking. I am a spy, and I change my look all the time.
She's White Sparrow. right? That was a damn good movie, by the way. Did you see it?
Yeah.
I love that girl.
I love spy movies.
All right. What's next on our... Well, any other stories that we can talk about? Like Ryan Gosling. By the way, that jazz cafe I used to run.
Yeah.
He was one of our
love
regulars on
him.
certain days.
I love him.
Because he loves Black and Latina women.
I love him.
As you know.
Yes.
And he would come in to be waited on by our girl Bridget Turner, who was on certain like black TV programs. And she was also one of our head waitresses at this big jazz cafe.
He's great.
I question if Bridge, if you hear this, if they ever had something? I know they went out. I know they went out.
Yeah.
I just don't know if anything ever happened. He
love
eventually
him.
married Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
And he is now Knuff and made us all feel Knuff as well.
Right.
Do you think he's going to get an Oscar nomination for that?
Oh my gosh, I hope so.
Oh my gosh.
Because he's not just Ken. No, he's not. He is not just Ken. He's great. I just love his ability to laugh at himself, transform himself, he just seems like a great guy.
Be a man who's passing his mid-40s and playing Ken. That, for me, as someone who's 39.
Well, he looked incredible in that movie, but there's people that, even though they're celebrities, you feel like anyway. Their personalities, like Jennifer Garner. We talked about her.
Oh,
I love her so
what a
much.
light. What a light.
I love her so much.
We want you on our program. Call in, girl.
Yeah,
Call
right?
in to an Expat Royal.
I love her so much. I just wanted her to know.
But
I love her. She
because
seems real.
she emits that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other women that we've talked about and friends or coincidence,
Maria Monunos.
they emit that. Because a lot of
Yes.
them, both of them are survivors of certain things.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's keep it real.
And they actually
Shout out
thrive
Lady
on
Maria.
helping other people. Yep.
Exactly.
Maria is a great example of that. Yeah,
I love what you just said. Thrive on helping other people.
exactly.
And that's one of the things my mom used to always say, honey, your childhood is not, you're in the ministry of helps. You're in the
Yes.
ministry of helps.
Yes.
And in some form or fashion, and I learned this from my father, who's a well-to-do businessman. He's, mijo,
Yeah.
everybody's in a service industry.
Yeah.
Some people get paid better for what they do, but we're all providing a
Right.
service. And if
Right.
everyone doesn't have a need, there's no need for a hospital if you're not sick. So keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real, I want to throw some, before we have to wrap up, Children of the Corn, couple of things happened in the, oh no, they didn't news. Taylor Swift was crowned Time Magazine's Person of the Year.
I saw that, and then I saw her talking about her struggle with the whole Kanye thing too. Like, it was a weird time to bring that up. I think because she finally hit a pinnacle that she could go back and talk about the lows.
She was a little girl when that happened.
I know, it was not cool.
So to be 20-nothing,
I think she's just like, you know what? You can rise above it, because that was a very big moment. That was a career killer for a lot of people, and she
and
went
Whitney
above
Houston
and
had
beyond
just
it.
died. It was not right.
No, but she rose above it. I think that was the point of her bringing it up now, right?
Okay.
Because look, boom, Time Magazine, thank you.
It really pissed a lot of people off
Whatever. Whatever. What doesn't? I mean, what doesn't?
with the broad strokes.
Yes. What doesn't? Everybody's got their own opinions about her. Like, you know her, or you don't. We think we do because we watch a couple documentaries about T Swift, and we're like, oh, she's this, she's that, and they share what they want to share, and everybody's like, oh, how many guys do you have to date before you write another sad song? But she's got some beautiful lyrics, and I think she's super authentic. That's what I get from her. There's always going to be a hater. Somebody is rising to the top. If you've made it if you have haters.
And she just shakes it off?
She shakes it off.
Well, I don't like to even use the word HATE.
Right.
I have been critical of her, and we do not play her in my set, and even my sound man knows.
Right. Right.
Not between or after.
Right.
But what she's done in reference to buying back her rights of her music and everything she's done, written from Scooter Braun, who was an abuser. Let's keep it real. Allegedly an abuser. And that's why so many people have kicked him to the curb. And to have to do that in the first set, because he could have been much more gentlemanly about the situation. So she had to do that. But she's also independently, and this is the three women we're going to make a shout out at right now, but independently, her more than anybody. But these tours, specifically the Renaissance Tour, her Eras Tour, and Madonna Celebration Tour, are creating so much money that they individually push up the economies of these cities that they're going
Right.
to. But beyond normal times from where before, because it's affecting the inflation rate.
Right.
Now, Taylor's done it to the extreme where I believe she has put in, I can't remember how many billions into the economy. I think it was 5.3 billion.
See, so there's your pushback for people who are like, oh, this stupid girl with the stupid lyrics, and she's got, I don't like her message, I don't like who she is. You don't have to. Just if you look at her from a business person, which she is,
Which
so
she is.
you
Which
can-
all three of them
You
are,
could ignore
yeah.
that, right? You can go, oh no, they have good people around them. Okay, yeah, of course they do, but they're also not stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Because there are many, many, many other situations we could bring up where people have blown through, done a concert, did absolutely nothing, right? And then they're not smart. They don't have the wherewithal. They're not business people, and so they are not thinking of the greater good at all. And it's just interesting.
Speaking of the greater good, this year she gave Taylor Swift gave $55 million to the bus drivers, the crew, the people that set up. She of her own money, because she's worth hundreds of millions, and she took probably
55 million people. Can you wrap
she
your
took-
heads around the
she
zeros?
took probably 5-10% of what she's worth and gave it to somebody else.
The people that actually make it happen. Thank you.
So the more that I've been hearing these things, I've had to minimize my
turning
bullshit
a little.
about Taylor.
Yeah.
Please come out of the closet. But there was, it's just a phenomenon to see, and there's been so few women who have been Person of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not forget, 1938's Man of the Year was Adolf Hitler.
Okay. So
In the United States. And the next year, look what happened. So the next year was already happening, but please. So shout out to Taylor Swift. And then the
Yeah.
other thing, Daddy Yankee. Okay.
He's religious now. I saw that.
You'll never be Amy Grant, motherfucker. But love you, Amy.
I think he seems very genuine.
Whoa, and very
Yeah.
Latino.
Yeah.
Because I want that Jesus is in my heart, and everything that's happened is because of Jesus, and I want people to have Jesus in their heart. And
Yeah.
he
No more
said-
gasolina.
Ah,
I know. Wow, right? But he
And
seemed very sincere.
no, he is the king of reggaeton.
Yeah.
He created this sound and blew it up. He didn't create, but he helped blow it
Yes.
up in 1993.
Yeah.
And now at the age of, I don't know, 51, 52, he's like, okay, I'm rich as
Bye. Yeah.
I mean, it's his remix with Justin Bieber and Luis Fonsi of Despacito that
Yep.
became the #1 song of all time, apparently. Oh,
Right.
God.
If you knew the words. People don't know the words. That's the best part. People don't know the words.
So Daddy Yankee is a contemporary Christian artist now. So
Yeah.
maybe he and Amy Grant can do it. They can do a Christmas album together.
Is he going to be an artist or is he just going to dedicate?
I think he's just gonna preach, but you
I
know
thought he
he's
was gonna
gonna
preach.
You know he's gonna
gonna
be. He's gonna do
sing.
something.
I think it's nice. You know what? Who gives? Like, it's just all positive. Honestly, I don't care if you are like praying to purple triangles or whatever you're doing. Right? Like, truly, it doesn't really matter. Just be good, please. Whatever it is.
Is that your message as we wrap
Yes,
up?
it is.
Yeah, that's a perfect send off.
It really is.
So just be good. Do you make resolutions?
No, because I really disappoint myself every year. So no, I resolved to just be a better person than I was the year before.
I resolve to escape one more year without the surgeon's knife.
I don't know. I do like a little surgery. So,
No, the surgery. No. You might have a little plump or something filler, but
Right, there you go.
no, it's a line from Ab Fab, and I will never forget it from Kate Mara. Just Teresa. I'm 72. I'm 74, children. And if there's anything I've learned in my 74 years on this planet, it's to moisturize, stay out of the sun, and keep it as real as possible. But one of the things I've also learned in my 74 years is that the people who speak the truth are often quite lonely. Oh, God.
Wow, that's a nice upbeat way to end.
It is. It is a good year. Now, I want to give mad shout out and thanks to a woman who sees me for me. Kelli Ellis, thank you for being a dear friend this last, especially almost 2 years now, but especially the last year and a half.
Yes.
Because it's been real as hell. And I
Yes.
thank you for being there.
Are we
seriously.
toasting? Do you have
but
anything?
I'm going to
Fill your
throw
glass.
a little bit more into, and we're toasting to everyone for the holidays because I will be back
Yes.
next week. Next week, I am in full work mode. The week after, I am out because of holidays and friends that are in town. And then the 30th, we're having our extravaganza of the end of year wrap up. Now, there's going to be other celebs and things like that up in here, and we're going to get drunk as fuck. But I also want to have one of our Doctors to the Stars here as well.
Oh, fun.
I think Jeff Lazarus might join us
Jeff
for that.
is great. Jeff is great.
We got some things to talk about because, by the way, children, in case you didn't know, COVID is worse this year than it was last year. So I might recommend you thinking about putting your masks on when you're traveling or doing anything of that nature
Yes.
because it's real. But also, Kelly and I
Yeah.
want to wish everybody a beautiful year. And remember that, hold on, I wrote this down, but now I can't see because I'm cross-eyed. Keep things as fun and real as possible. Remember that being a royal isn't a birth thing. It's a state of mind. So be kind, rewind, and besos, bitches.
Besos.
Amen. Keep it real. Happy holidays, Mamacita.
Thank you. You too, love.
Thank you so much for everything. And folks, we're going to say by the Royal Scots, we're going to play you out with a little bit of music called By Old Lang Syne. Of course, we're going to do that, dearly. Have a beautiful holiday, everyone, and we'll see you just before the new year. Bye.
Bye.